So, I don't usually record myself when I'm creek crawling, but I came into this creek this morning and within the first 10 seconds I already had a pretty decent find. Looked on the ground and there was this pretty decent sized piece of horn coral, which maybe not museum quality, but that's a pretty good piece in my book. So if I find anything else, I'll keep you posted. I was banging on some rocks over there I thought might have a fossil in it, but it was nothing. And by the way, it's cold enough out here that there's ice on the water. Little thin layer of ice. So it's pretty damn chilly out here, even though the forecast said mid-40s today. Well, I don't think this is anything, but the flint looked so pretty, I risked it and put my hand in the water to clean it off. Man, look at the color on that. That looks really good. But, like I said, I don't think it's anything. It's flat on both sides. Alright, we got another decent piece here. It's a brachiopod, or a shell. Pretty large one. It's all crapped up, but I don't think I've ever found one that large. Keep looking. Well, here we go. We already got something else. I kicked it, so I know what it is, but I kicked it because I had a suspicion of what it was. And when you flip it over, you can see for certain that it is in fact a geode. Now it feels pretty solid. I was just shaking it around in my ear. It feels really solid, so it's not one of those, like, it's really heavy and I don't hear anything shaking around in there when I shake it. So it's most likely solid crystal in there, or just not worth opening at all, but I'll take it and figure it out later. Sometimes what you can do is you can put heavy stuff like this on a rock and you'll see it, but I always forget, so I'll just put it in my backpack. That's what I brought the backpack for. Carry the bigger stuff. Alrighty. Well, I saw something and it wasn't what I thought it was, but it drew my attention over here and I seen something else. First, I zoomed in on this edge here and I thought, what is that? But you can already see it's not nothing. But then looked over here and there's a little brachiopod hanging out. It's pretty damn old, but decent size. I'll keep it. It's just gonna turn into dust anyway. So, see a couple things over here. First of all, there's a little tiny baby quartz brain. That's probably worth keeping, honestly. It's a little cute little quartz brain. Second of all, another, I don't know what that is. We're gonna find out though. It's just a quartz, big old quartz crystal. See that? Embedded in the limestone, I think is what that is. Definitely not worth it to try to take it out, but cool. Oh hey, look at that. The brachiopod imprint. It's another pretty big one. Also, looks like it's mineralized. I don't know. It's about as close as the camera gets. Looks like it might be mineralized. Not a keeper, in my opinion, but cool find. On we go. By the way, I got a pop quiz for you. See, I've been rockhounding this creek for some years, and I never have ever seen water in this creek, at least not this section. So I never knew which way the creek flowed. Which way's upstream, which way's downstream. You can't really tell by looking at it, can you? Why don't you make a guess? Now, make a guess. Can you guess now? If you look at the refuse that's against the rocks, you can tell that the creek flows that way. Well, I just couldn't help myself, and I had to check it out before I turned the camera on, but I put it back the way I found it to the best of my ability. I saw this little thing here, and I thought, something doesn't fit. What the hell is that? It looks to be a chip from an Indian artifact. The way you can tell is it's convex right here. That's there's a name for that. It's called like the I forgot. But you can tell this would have been the face on the outside, this would have been the face on the inside when it got chipped off. Whether it was a chip made by a Native American or not, well, there's no way to tell except for just making a guess, but see how sharp that is? I highly doubt that a Native American made this chip and then this rumbled around in the creek for many years and then still has an edge that sharp. I mean, I could probably cut myself on that. This probably was made as a result of a flintstone rolling around in the creek, making contact with another heavy rock relatively recently. Leverite, in other words. Well, I have no idea if this is anything. This is like a piece of fossil-y rock. You can see all the little crinoids and stuff in there, but I also see this line in there, and I've seen it on YouTube a few times where somebody finds a rock with a line like that and there's something in there. So I'm gonna try to bust it open, but these are kind of cool, you know. There's a lot of little crinoids and stems and stuff in there. Let's see if there's anything in there. There's no way I can do this one-handed, so I'm gonna have to show you after I'm done. Here's my anvil. Alright, I got it to crack pretty quick. Let's see what's in there. Nothing! There's a little quartz pocket there. You can see it right here and right there. Nothing besides that though. Hamburger of disappointment. There's another piece of no, never mind. Now this sort of thing just drives me crazy, thinking of the possibilities. There's this big old boulder fell into the creek a long time ago. This has been here since I was a kid. And there's fossils in it. You got little crinoids here. We got more little tiny dudes here. But if you had theoretically the power to just disassemble this whole boulder, what all would be in there? There might be some pretty cool fossils in there. If you look on the other side, there's even more fossil material. Oh wow, I didn't even notice this. That's actually a pretty good chunk. There's a ton of crinoids here. Trying to get focused. There's a piece of what looks like possibly coral here and here, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Absolute ton of just little tiny dudes. There's more. There's more right here. You can see that. Damn it. Seriously? Whatever, it's right here. So there's another layer. So there's more than a few layers in this rock with fossils in it. Layer here, layer here, layer here. Who knows what's in there? Man, could be anything. Drives me crazy thinking about it. Check out what I just found. It's a big old chunk of Missouri River tofu. Yes, sir. Pioneers used to subsist on this for months. Well, what we got here, we got this big boulder. I don't know if you can see that. The shadows look pretty dark on the camera, but if you look in, there's all sorts of little fossils. There's corals, there's a couple brachiopods right here, right there and right there. There's crinoids, there's a ton of coral. I'm sure there's some other stuff in here that I don't recognize. This thing feels like it weighs 100 pounds. There's no way I'm taking that out. I'm not gonna break it apart either. I'll just leave it here. It won't disintegrate for a while. Just thought I'd show you that. Well, can't really tell for sure what this is, but I'm gonna crack it in half, see what's inside of it. Here's an animal. Well, we got some coolies in there. There was a little geode pocket. That's cool. Trying desperately to get this freaking thing to focus. There we go. The other side looks unremarkable. Not sure it's worth taking. It's kind of cool though. I wish I could show you as close up as I can see with my eye. I know. I'm trying to get it. There we go. That's as close up as I can show you. It's really hard to tell if it's actually in focus, but kind of cool. Little geode pocket in there. Oh, I kept whacking it more in this. I ended up finding one more little geode cavern in there. There's another one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Really tiny, but figured I'd leave that there for someone else to find. Well, I forgot to record it when I picked it up, and I'm walking back and I just sort of thought about it just now, but I'm thinking of picking up flint knapping to learn about how Native Americans created artifacts, and I was thinking of, you know, I'm looking for pieces of flint that would be cool to work on, and stones that could be used as a hammer stone, and I happened upon this guy, which felt really hard and felt like it would make a good hammer stone, and then I noticed it's got a little wear on the bottom right there where you'd use it as a hammer stone, and well, it sort of occurred to me that maybe this is a Native American hammerstone. I guess there's no way to know for sure, but this could be an old stone tool. You know, it's possible. Seriously, I said single point focus and you still can't figure out how to focus on the single point? Jesus. Anyways, I'm gonna hold on to it. No idea if there's even a way to tell if that's what it is. I'll ask somebody who would know. So I decided to abandon the creek because it was getting too cold and I forgot my coat. So I went back home, got my coat, did some recon, and decided to come out here to this highway cutout in Eureka. I found this cool little, it's almost like mica. It's really flaky and papery. If I were to slam this on the rock right now, it would shatter into 100 pieces. It's really light and flaky, and it's got compacted fossils all over it. Pretty cool. I'm gonna set this here and pick it up on my way up. Also, this big old rock right here has fossils all over it too. On we go. Not more than 5 seconds passed since I found that plate, and I found basically what I come out here to look for is stuff like this. Chunks with pretty decent coral and stuff like that. Got it on both sides. I'm gonna go set it over here. As I get closer to the river, I'm finding a lot more stuff like this with just a bunch of fossils all throughout. I'm scanning it to see if I can find a trilobite to break off, but I don't see any. Never found a trilobite before. Kind of the reason I came out here today. Try to find my first trilobite, but I don't see any. Well, I found 2 more good pieces. Nice and dense. See what they look like on the other side. Oh. Not even gonna show you, they got nothing on the other side. Probably set these over here with this one. Take it home. Here's another cool one. Not sure how well you can see that, but on that top northern edge of the rock, there's a bunch of little baby shells, like baby little tiny brachiopods or shells or whatever that is. They're really tiny, and there's a bunch of them. Nothing on the, well, there's more fossils on the back side, but not as much. Cool. Look at that. There's like a root. There's a root that grew into the side of the bluff there. And there's water dripping through. Or, well, there's water dripping somewhere. We got some more fossil material to sort through here too. There's a bigger coral piece. Still haven't seen any trilobites. Pretty good looking brachiopod. The tip there's some coral. Crap load of brachiopods. There's a lot of brachiopods here. Found a rock that somebody else had used as an anvil. I guess they found something here and they used this rock here to crack open something else. There's a lot of brachiopods on that rock. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, this is everything I got today. I ended up taking 5 of these fossil slabs that are mostly similar caliber, and this like mica slab. It's falling apart. I don't know, I thought it looked kind of cool. Even as I set it down on the table, this piece fell off. I thought it'd be cool because you can basically like take a dental pick and try to excavate like the fossils like this out, probably. The coolest thing, probably this horn coral. Pretty dang big piece. And also this, which could theoretically be a prehistoric stone tool. Though, I don't really have any proof of that. I just think it's possible. Fits in your hand, if you're right-handed, fits in your hand like this really well. So I could see that being somebody's favorite stone basher, stone hammer. Hammer. Fine geode. Got the quartz brain on it, but it's solid. Probably nothing. Oops. Probably nothing in there. And a cool piece of flint that I thought might produce a cool, something cool when napping. And the only thing I didn't get on video yet was these. When I went to the creek today, it was full of these reddish stones. And before you say that these are pieces of brick, they are not pieces of brick. They look more similar to flint, honestly, but flint doesn't usually end up with rounded corners like that, so I'm not sure what it is. This one might actually be flint. I don't know. They all sound like beads, glass beads. I don't know if you can hear that, but I took the 3 smallest pieces I could find of this reddish stone that I kept finding. See if I could identify them later, find out what they were, because there were bigger pieces in the creek. Most of them looked like this one. This one was more typical of what I was finding. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I want to find out. But yeah, good day. I'm thinking maybe I'll get my old Dremel engraver and try to excavate some of these little guys. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Just for fun. Who knows? This is probably the one. I don't know. They all look cool. This one probably looks the best though. Until next time, Creekin Adventures. Adios.